Howdy, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Faab 5 campaign here on the Random Rhapsody Network. I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and GM, and joining me around my virtual table today are Alyssa, Joe, Jeremy, Koines, and Kyle. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
Yo.
We've got a lot of new content coming out here very soon on the Random Rhapsody Network. On next Wednesday, March the 15th, we're actually going to be running a special high improv one-shot called Shenanigans with Falderal and Fiddledee. It's going to be a tie-in to actually what's our next big announcement. We're finally running Curse Estrade. It's going to be fun. We've been talking about it for quite a while now, but I'm happy to announce that we will be starting up that campaign every other Wednesday in April. Now you can keep up to date on our schedule and everything we're doing by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV and on Twitter as @random_Rhapsody. And that should do it for the announcements. So join us as we dive into the world of Loroupa and continue on with the adventures of the Faab 5. And we're back. So when we last left off, the Faab 5 had managed to drive off the Drow who had attempted to capture them, and several of the team were in hot pursuit of those who were fleeing. Veil, riding the flying Apollyon, led the charge, with Eloise following close behind with her winged boots. The rest of the party, well, they had a bit more of a difficult time traveling inside the belly of the beast. There's a lot of stomach acid pools, and the footing was very narrow in quite a few places. Those pools made travel very complicated, to say the least, as Alnad soon discovered as he, tried to make a jump and failed and sent his legs right down into a pool. His submersion wasn't nearly as bad as Liam's, fortunately enough, but it was still enough to hinder him and leave him behind as Apollyon raced on ahead. In the end, Apollyon and Veil managed to catch up with a couple of the fleeing Drow in a tunnel leading away from the stomach that seemed to have been dug out, while Blood from a Stone was able to snipe down another Drow heading towards the large intestine. Or is it the small intestine? Actually, I think it's the small intestine. Anyway.
The intestines.
Yeah, the intestines. With the Drow mage and the priest disappeared from the scene, the team decided to regroup and try to take a rest inside that dugout tunnel. But unfortunately, it wasn't long before a scouting party came along to investigate the cries of aid the dying Drow had yelled. Now, knowing that there were more enemies about, the group moved forward on the offensive and followed the path to what turned out to be Ambar Belthor's liver, where an ambush was set by a pair of Dryder and a pack of Quagoth. And so, Faab 5, A vicious battle quickly ensued, with Liam heading in first and was quickly surrounded by the vicious, if moderately twisted, underground beasts. The Driders and the Quagoth fought viciously, but your skills won out, and it wasn't long before you stood victorious once again. So, as you all pause for a moment to catch your breath and, take stock of your surroundings and whatever, a question comes to each of your minds. And that question is, do you think more with your heart or with your brain? And why do you think that? And since Eloise, you're the one who rolled, why don't you go ahead and go first?
With my heart or with my brain? I mean, you can't make decisions without either of them. Although, I think I often make decisions without either of them.
Ain't that the truth? Okay, let's go clockwise. Blood from a stone. How about you?
Well, I guess at the beginning of this little adventure, definitely with the head. I had kind of killed the heart long ago. But as these people kind of keep growing on me, it's still with the head. But the heart started to creep back in. Like those hostages back in Weston, before any of our lovely followers were watching, Blood was willing to let all of them die to take down Groverjar then. That was most definitely his head. Now, he wouldn't be so quick to do that. So, still the head, but the heart's starting to creep back in.
Are you saying we're like a fungus, Blood?
In more ways than one, Miss Eloise.
Ain't that the truth? Okay, Apollyon, you're next.
Well, everybody knows I'm the brains of the Fab Five, and I'm always using all my constitution and placebos to slip in there on the battlefield and really direct the flow wherever I go. You know what I'm saying? Big brain energy.
Definitely big brain energy. Okay, I like it. Liam, how about you?
Well, I've tried a little of this and a little of that. Last time I used my brain, it led to the downfall of an entire town. Last time I used my heart, Eloise saved my life. So, I'm thinking maybe I'm not the best thinker of plans there.
Fair enough. Vale is away at the moment, so we're going to skip him and just kind of pick things up where we left off, which was, well, in what appears to be the liver of this creature. It's a big, open, kind of ovular space. There's blood vessels all over the place. This area looks like it's been kind of dug out and excavated quite a bit because, a liver is actually a big old dense organ. There's not like gaps or anything in it, but this space has actually been like dug out and dug around these veins, and there's like bite marks on them, and there's weird bite marks on these different plateaus that Liam, well, you're standing on right now. So, everybody, what are you wanting to do?
Well, silly question. Could we extract any enzymes, feed them to Liam, and so his liver gains the strength of a Tarrasque's constitution, and then he can outdrink entire towns and get us a lot of money?
If his constitution's that high,
yeah,
he'll
that'll
never
totally
get
work.
drunk
I read
ever
that in the
again.
Just wonder if we can make him into like a science project to really just, kind of game a lot of people out of the gold.
I'm so happy that now that I'm deformed, you see me as a science project.
Oh, you're not deformed. I mean, that was out of character. That was me just being goofy. But no, you're not deformed. I mean, you go back to what you are. If you were permanently like this, that would be something different. But no, you're
My
still yourself.
tail is gone. I am deformed.
No, that will grow back when you're healed, I assume. Because wouldn't that be like a part of your body? Like a finger would be missing kind of thing if you lost your tail? It doesn't... I'm assuming... I don't want to even know how that works. So Blood's just going to start looking around these dead Quagoth and the dead Driders to see if he can get anything off them.
Okay. So you want to go around and kind of search over the Quagoth?
I guess the Driders were the ones with the bows, right?
There are 2 Driders that have now been, pumped full of arrows and blasts and whatever else it was y'all did last session.
The Quagoth were using melee attacks. He's he knows those. He saw his people getting poisoned with those arrows, so he's going to try and see if he can find the poison. If they have vials of poison on them, do they make the poison in them and then somehow secrete them? He's looking for whatever poison they're putting on the arrows under the Driders.
Yeah. I'm gonna loot the bodies too, see if there's any like healing potions or anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, Blood. Make your investigation check for poisons or anything like that. Apollyon, you can also help him with that and start doing an investigation for.
God, well, with that advantage, but no, 21.
Potions?
21.
Yeah, I'm looking for potions or any weapons or magic items.
Yeah, go ahead and roll as well.
Investigation?
Yeah, investigation. Sorry.
Do I have advantage or not?
No, it's a 21. I didn't take advantage of from my last bow shot.
Okay. I got a 9.
Okay. Yeah, you start checking over the bodies, the 2 of you. Each Strider is currently or previously, I shouldn't say currently, but previously was each carrying a long sword and a long bow and a quiver full of arrows.
Okay.
You can see as you you examine these arrows, each head has a bit of a black substance on them.
How many arrows?
In total, let's see. They've shot off a few of them during the melee. We're going to say that in total you come up with 15
sweet
poisoned arrows.
Thank you. I will take the 2 longbows and the 2 long swords they had. Going to take them over and just drop them over the edge for Veil for his. Because we keep meaning to get gear for his friends, and then we lost all the gear we had, so he's gonna drop that shit off there so we can start building that back up.
Now, Apollyon, you also start rummaging over the Driders. You don't find any like vials or potions or anything like that, but you do find that one of them, one of the 2 Drider, there's a small pouch. Kind of on like a little rope that's tied around his waist. Inside of it, there's some looks like dried bits of fungus, little pieces of what appear to be like possibly meat. You're not entirely sure. Can't hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I take the whole pouch.
Okay. You can put down that you have a Drider's pouch o' stuff. The Quagoth themselves don't actually have anything on them. They're beasts.
And weren't they doing claws and bites or something?
Mm-hmm. Claws and bites and things like that. But go ahead. Anyone who's proficient in medicine to make me a medicine check as you're all kind of just sitting here.
Okay. Medicine. Medicine. Nope. I don't know what these creatures are.
You definitely do not know what these
You're
creatures
really
are.
good
They're
at medicine.
weird.
I'm good at medicine when I'm familiar with.
Yeah, no, these creatures are just strange. You've never the first time you've ever seen them was here in the cursed lands, and cursed is probably a good name for them.
Blood will kind of walk up to Liam. How hurt is Liam looking?
Liam's fine.
No, I was to say he's gonna give you a cure wounds if at level 1, just give you something if you needed it. But
Oh,
you're good to go.
I'm decent. I'm over 3/4. I'm healthy at the moment.
Oh.
Reducing damage really saved a lot, like half of the damage that I was taking. So.
Well, I mean, he'll give you at least one. Kind of pat you on the shoulder and be like, He goes, I apologize for not getting to take your buddies out soon. I took out the one behind you.
No, that's not your fault. I forgot the second part of the story where yeah, the guy who you went in screaming, he died. So
Oh yeah, that Leroy Jenkins fella you talking about.
Right, that fella. It may not have been the best plan. You shouldn't have let me do that.
Well, I can't
do
really
any of us
let
ever
you do anything.
let you do anything?
Yeah, you kind of just do your thing. But he gives you 4, at least 4. It's something.
I don't get the sneak damage too.
I mean, if you really want it, I mean, he can give more damage than he heals if you really, really want.
Basically, just naturally, Blood immediately sneak attacks whenever he touches somebody.
As he's putting his hand on your shoulder, he actually just comes in with a knife. You go, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's a force I have."
Maybe if you had the hidden blade, that would be very believable.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe he'll get to make another one. Or kill the guy that has the one he gave away.
Or talk to your artificer buddy about getting a potion mixed with your arrows or something.
Fuck the raw, that's right. If we live. But
good old Fucklerall. I wonder what's going on with him.
What was that gnome who drugged me? What was his first name?
Well, he didn't drug you, Miss Eloise. He gave you some like a lozenge, like a little. You said I think you had like a cold or something like that.
Migraine.
He gave me shrooms.
Yeah, well, that's not his fault. You just couldn't take the medicine.
Pretty sure it's a migraine that you had.
Yeah, it's like, because I didn't know maybe did the weapon backfire or something. Or,
yeah, she was testing out one of basically the Doc Octopus harness. And the feedback from it gave her a migraine, and so to help her out, he offered her a lozenge that can help clear away migraines, but it was mostly just acid.
Oh, he gave you.
Well, it cured the migraine.
Oh, it was extra fun for me. Let me tell you, I enjoyed every minute of that afternoon.
He gave you the old migraine cure vision quest combo dealy there.
What was his name again?
His name's Fucklerall.
Is that his first name or his last name?
That is his last name.
What's his first name?
It starts with an L.
Lohim.
Yeah, there you go.
Gotcha.
The fact that was actually on a name generator is just incredible.
Oh, I love it.
Lohim.
Fucklerall.
Yeah, Lohim Fucklerall. Best name I've ever pulled from a random generator, and it has literally spawned multiple characters and a couple upcoming one-shot.
Shit,
or
that's right.
at least
Yeah,
one
you
upcoming
guys did a
one-shot.
cousin or something.
Niece and nephew.
Yep.
Oh, damn. I guess, Jeremy, are you back?
Doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, then, well, I'll just make sure to let him know he's got those bows and longbows for him. Put him in his hole.
Yeah, two longbows, two long
fail to
swords.
look at what's in this bag.
When he gets... when he's available, he's dealing with a zombie right now.
I'm available. What's up?
You got 2 long swords and 2 long bows to put aside for your friends.
Uh,
Can they use?
Okay.
No, I know. Yeah, I mean it's just something for later.
They can't.
Oh, is it short bows they can only do? The skeletons? I guess if you made them skeletons.
I would have to have skeletons. That's fine.
We can hang on to them.
Remember last session, I did say that I wanted to scoop up these. Are they Quagoths? Here?
They are Quagoths, yes.
All right. What are there? 5 of them?
5.
I will scoop them up into my portable hole.
And then Apollyon found a bag of snacks or something like that on one of the dryaders. He wanted you to take a look at it.
Sure. I peek in.
Yeah, check this out.
What is it?
Let's see. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Arcana. Give me 1 second. Sorry, this is getting slow. Alright, Arcana. $22.
So, glancing through the bag that you were handed, you can tell pretty clearly that these are basic components for spell casting. You also see that there is a small package of dried jerky, probably from some creature down in the Underdark, and a couple of dried mushrooms that you would probably recognize. They kind of enhance a little bit. It's a bit of natural male enhancement that you're aware of because you're from the Underdark. You're from Drow society, so you'd recognize this. Basically, for 1 minute after consuming it, you would know that you actually get a little beefier, a little more powerful.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of sort through the spell components and the pouch, the jerky, kind of push everything aside, and I'll scoop up the mushrooms and I'll hand them to Apollyon and I'll say, "You're a beefy boy, but you could be a beefier boy with these."
Oh boy.
All right. I'll keep these for later.
Phrasing.
Yeah, it has a Drow name, I'm sure, but loosely translated, you're gonna tell Apollyon that these are beefy boy mushrooms. You got 2 of them.
Yeah, I'm using words that he can understand.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah.
So basically, what it does for a mechanics purpose is if you eat one of these mushrooms, it increases your strength by 2 for 1 minute.
Oh shit!
Cool.
Over 20?
Yeah, it'll take you over 20.
Nice.
It just immediately increases it by 2 for 1 minute.
How many were in there?
2.
Oh. 2.
And I'll just say to Apollyon,
Taking 2 at the same time, increase it by 4.
No.
does it stack?
No, but it might give you an erection for more than 4 hours, so take as directed.
Oh no, I'll have to see my doctor. Do you think anyone has ever gone to the doctor for that? Wouldn't you just be like, this is great?
If they put the warning out there, it has happened.
Yep.
And I
Definitely.
guarantee you it's probably not as great if it. It's probably a lot of pain involved. I would think.
Yeah, you probably knock over every lamp in your house.
Well, I think it's also a risk for clots in a place you don't want clots.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our game just dissolves. So
So, so Vale says to Apollyon, he says, "Listen, try one of these out whenever you want, but I would suggest saving the other one until the time's right." And I think you'll know when the time is right. Referencing the Dreamer cult or something bigger.
Oh yeah. He's Apollyon will say, "I got you," with like a big wink, but you know he has no idea what you're talking about.
Valid. But you are all still in this mildly wide cavern area with ledges that keep progressing the farther back you go. Alnad is he had limped over after the battle and kind of sat down on one of these pulsing vein type things a little bit, and is just kind of checking on the bandages that he has wrapped around his legs. You, Liam, you're a Sphinx cat right now, but at least you have a cool piratey outfit on.
Yeah, I'm not nude anymore. I have my shame hidden.
Blood
You're
is just
ashamed
gonna.
of your body?
He's bald.
Liam didn't say that, so you can't.
Blood will kind of come over to his brother and kneel down and start checking out his wound with him. Maybe help him redress it, and he'll give him. I got one more level 1 after this, so he gets 7. That he'll just like put his hand directly on his leg and kind of give him a little bit more healing into that. Maybe help him deal with it some.
Okay. Yeah, he is definitely still hurting from that. You cast your cure wounds into his legs. You can see that the flesh is mending a bit more from the burns. Like the hair is just gone on both of his feet from the calves down, essentially. So it almost looks like a dude wearing furry pants. And it's it's weird. Furry pants and socks, but like he winces a little bit. God, that is it's not pleasant at all. That is.
Yeah. Creatures like us should never be bald, because
no, definitely we should not be bald.
That you want to keep boots on. You don't want to see people see this till that grows back.
I was wearing boots. Pretty sure they're gone now. In the stomach cancer.
I don't suppose that were the Quagoth wearing boots, or are they just kind of probably
no,
feet or something?
They're just monsters, dude. They look like giant. They basically look like a green, a cross between a tiger and an ape, but it's green. And
predators don't even have feet.
Yeah.
And his we'll find one of those drow. We'll take his boots. At least you have something to wear.
That's not a bad idea. We'll check those boys that you dropped earlier down the cabin.
Oh wait, what do we? I guess
where we entered.
Yeah, where you entered this area.
Did Veil keep them?
When you were chasing that last guy down, he
okay. Well, we'll get you something to wear.
Liam has already sat down and began a short rest.
Okay. So is that is that the plan here? Everyone's just going to kind of pause in this area and try to take a short rest?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. I mean, at least have the zombies on patrol down there, and Blood will go take a look in a minute, because he's healthy after what Eloise healed everybody last time, so.
Okay.
But I guess he just gotta sit with his brother for a minute.
Well, as the two of you are sitting there, and everyone kind of sits down and rests for a minute.
I have an idea.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Eloise wild shapes into a chinchilla. And then she's gonna go and rub herself along Alnad's bald legs and then go cuddle with Liam.
Okay, yeah.
Creature Alnad has never felt how soft something is because he's covered in fur.
And well, I mean, he also has bandages all over his legs, but still, you wild shape into a chinchilla and go wobbling over to him, and like this look of pure confusion is on Alnad's face as this happens. She just kind of comes wobbling up, rubs against it. Of course, she didn't announce this. This is Eloise, and he just has his mouth open a little bit, like, what the fuck? And then she just goes toddling over to Liam, and Alnad, like, looks at you, Blood. Look, like that brotherly just exchange of, what the hell?
You know what? I would tell you, it means something, but I have no idea. She does this all the time. Like, you heard her go, and all of a sudden, boom, she's whatever that thing was. It's not new, man. This is what I've been dealing with. You know?
Mic check.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I mean, I guess, yeah, I mean, she's just snuggling up to Liam now. I guess is he just cuddling her like this in his arms or something?
What are you doing when this chinchilla comes wobbling up to you?
Refresh my memory, chinchilla. They're like prairie dog size, or
No.
They're like a small rabbit
Like a
size.
squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel. Except chubbier.
Yeah,
Okay.
so like a small rabbit.
yeah, sure, a round rabbit, sure. Yeah, Liam's used to this. He's happy to give it a place to perch, and he'll probably start purring back when he finds a comfortable spot, I guess. Yeah, Liam's used to this.
Well, it's a good thing Liam is, at least, because Alnad certainly isn't. Now, for the next hour, you all sit there and are able to take a short rest. So go ahead and roll some hit dice if you want to.
Bloody just kind of lean into Alnad and be like, so, when all this is done, I assume you're gonna stay with your little forest friends, huh?
He glances over at you.
Lifelong commitment and all.
Based on what we've seen so far, even if we make it out of here, head back up to the surface, this is an infestation in Elven lands. This creature, whatever they're doing down here, you know it's no good for Il Mythica or for the surface as a whole. I don't know what it is they were. I mean, just gathering up stomach acid is all well and good, but that's not just a average thing anyone's going to do. No, that may have been part of what they're doing, but I don't believe for a second that that's the true goal, just to get stomach acid out of a creature. No, something else is going on down here, and whatever it is,
you're right.
Yeah, whatever it is does not mean good for El Mythica. We need to get back up to the surface, report to the capital. We're gonna have to send the army down into this place.
So, what's membership for your little group like? Like, how does someone join?
Usually an offer's made by a superior who sees somebody of worth or value. From then they're taken and tested, and if they can make the cut, then they are accepted into the organization and begin to train. Why? You thinking about retiring to the trees?
Well, let's just say when this whole dreamer thing is done. I mean, the conclave it offers. I mean, it tickles my intellectual fantasy being able to hunt down history, hunt down knowledge. But the conclave doesn't have my brother. And I mean, I don't know if you'd be willing to take a trip home with me to at least say, hey, we're not dead. I don't know if that's even possible. I think we might do more harm than good, but
Alnad, he chuckles at that. Like he shares a good laugh with you. He says, "You're probably right. I don't think our father's going to be too excited to see me.
Well,
to be sure.
I don't know. You'll be alive. I mean, you'd be happy for that.
Well, he'll be happy at the initial sight of me, I'm sure. But then when the understanding of what I've been doing comes along, I don't
think
know.
he might understand. Come to think of it, I did send him a letter saying that Miss Eloise saw somewhere that she thought might have been you.
Oh,
So that might be something I have to deal with later. But just it's all good. I'm sure it's all good. We'll figure that out later.
well, I suppose we're gonna have to cross that bridge when we come to it. But first things first.
I do think that when this is all said and done, I'm not letting you out of my sight again.
Alnad,
I was supposed to protect you before. I'll do it now.
Alnad places a hand on your shoulder, Blood, and he leans in and he says, "I guarantee, if you want to return to the trees, there'll be a place for you among us. Momelda would be privileged to have you based on what I've seen so far."
Bitch, you always knew I was this good. What are you talking about? Anyway,
Did I ever tell you all about the time we went hunting and a wild boar chased his ass up a tree?
He's lying. He's lying.
Chased him right up a damn tree. He was crying about it for 2 hours before we found
He's
him.
lying.
No way.
Don't believe a single word this man says.
You're a
You got
chinchilla.
screwed by a pig.
Hey, you know what? I dug up dead bodies for you. You shut your mouth.
I'm gonna hop out, turn back into Eloise then. No way!
Hey, I was 7. All right? I was a small child. But guess what? I would kill that pig now, so it doesn't matter.
He was 13 and he had nightmares about it for weeks.
I was not.
And Elnad's just laughing his ass off.
All right, so Veil kind of says, "All right, well, enough with as much as I enjoy it, enough teasing Blood about being scared of pigs. What do you say we head out?"
Fuck you, bastard. Yeah, let's go. Just looking at Alnad, he's like, I'm gonna get you back for that one.
Alnad's just kind of chuckling a little bit to himself. As you all stand up after your hour's rest, you are still in the liver. This area is kind of interesting because, like, there's a big old wall to one side, and on the other side there's more area, which appears to be a combination of the liver and part of the spleen that has been dug out as well. Little pockets of bile are all along the spleen area. Kind of stinks down there as well, which is why you've all stayed to the liver. But beyond that, the passage seems to be clear, at least for the moment. So, where are you all wanting to head?
Well, I suppose it would be towards the one that was running away down the other passageway. That's the only other way to go, so I suppose we'll go that way.
So you're heading out towards the towards the entrance to the large intestine?
Yeah, back to the stomach, towards the intestine, yeah. Is that with everybody, I assume?
That
It said hatching dragons. That was cute. A little transition.
Okay.
There we are.
So you all start making your way down the carved tunnel back towards the stomach. As you arrive in the stomach, you can smell that, stomach acid, disgusting vomity smell that permeated it. You start making your way towards the large open area that you had been, and you can start to see some of those structures that are in these various places. Liam, go ahead.
So I will play it out however you want, but after our short rest, my transformation time is over. So am I still scarred as Liam and hairless? Just curious how you want to play that.
Oh, so during that time, as you revert back to your normal man shape, like, so the transition from a human to a were creature is a violent process, and your body starts to change and grow and bulk out. When that fades away, that skin kind of sloughs off, and your body starts to crackle back down into its normal form. You can definitely see like your skin is like shiny and kind of fresh looking and a little bit gleaming from the ichor of transformation. But at least for this moment, you don't really see a whole lot of like you're not seeing scars or anything across your body. Your hair actually does kind of grow back into, well, I doubt it's as long as it had been, and it's probably out of all the braids you did, but it's still, long and kind of poofy in there.
Well, then it's new hair, and it's like a white fro right now.
Mm-hmm. There you go. White fro,
Thanks
Liam.
So much.
So Liam now looks like an aged Bob Ross, and you all start making your way back to the stomach. The first thing you spot as you make your way down that passage is that there's one of those big O scaffolding constructs to one side, covered in webs and things of that nature. You can see the big pools of stomach acid down below. You can, which you had passed, and to the east, there is that tunnel to the colon where you can't, or not the colon, the intestine, that you can see the dead body of one of the drow. You also did pass those two drow bodies as you made your way back out the tunnel. So I don't know if you wanted to do anything with those or not.
Did they
Yeah,
have
can we search some and scoop, and I put it in the portable hole as well.
He's going to check their boot size first, though.
We'll say that, yeah, one of their boots was close enough that Alnad could wear them.
Just one, though.
Just one of them. Just one. Walking around with one boot and one not. No, he gets a pair of boots, we'll say.
Was there anything else on them searching?
Take a look.
I guess, should I roll it? You want to roll it?
Go ahead and roll investigation, Vale.
Oh, I did it. I meant to do investigation.
I was to say you can give him a. I was to say you can give him a
26.
blood to help him, but he didn't need it.
Well, we'll say that blood helped you. That way, whatever.
I first intimidated the body and then I investigated it.
Yeah, sure. What they have is there's two of them that you found in those tunnels back from the liver. Each one had a short sword, and each one had a crossbow with we're going to say 7 crossbow bolts left over. Those crossbow bolts also have some of that black tarry substance on the bolt tip. So you got 2 hand crossbows, 2 short swords, and 14 black-tipped crossbow bolts.
All right, and then I'm going to dump them in the hole.
Also, since you rolled a nat 20, we're going to say that you also found 2 moderate healing potions.
Ooh, excellent. I need those. You said moderate healing potion?
Yeah, 2 moderate healing potions. That's 3d4 plus 3.
All right. You said 3d4 plus 3?
3d4 plus 3 of it. They're the healing.
All right. Are we continuing?
Oh yeah.
Okay. After throwing those bodies into... Oh, there's also like a little bit of gold among each of them. Actually, you know what? We'll say that the 2 drow that you found have 26 electrum on it.
Electrum.
He's like, you know what? That stuff's perfect for you. Go ahead, you have that.
All right.
Electrum.
26?
The currency of the Underdark. We never use it in any other place.
I only know it as being like a joke currency because nobody uses it. What's the
Isn't it a silver and a half or
conversion
something like
rate?
that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought
it's-
it was like silver and gold.
Well, I'll answer here in a second.
Sorry.
It is half of a gold. So 5 electrum equal 1 gold.
You mean, would 2 electrum equal 1 gold then? You said half a gold? So it's 5 silver. That's what
No.
it's worth.
No,
You said 5.
5 electrum equal 1 gold.
It's worth
Okay.
20 cents.
So they're
2 silver.
Yeah.
So it's like those weird little pennies you go to like Six Flags, you put it in, and it's got like a little stamp of like Bugs Bunny on it. That's what they essentially are. You know, nobody else is gonna use them, but hey, they're great novelties.
Yeah, because 10 copper equal a silver, 10 silver equal a gold, but 5 silver would equal 1 electrum. 5 electrum.
No. I guess
It's
while
stupid.
we're moving out, Blood kind of like check for traps. Does anything look different from when they were in here before? Does it look like the Drow have come back in?
Make a perception check or a survival check.
We'll go perception. It's a little bit better. 25.
Does not seem to be. It is hard to tell because like it's not regular stone. It's stomach lining that's petrified, but like you're not seeing anything that looks fresh or anything of that nature.
Anything weird about the little kind of structures? Or are they just kind of there? Like
They're all kind of weird. Like not so far as that that they look weird. Their construction's out of the ordinary, but the fact that they're here at all is pretty fucking weird. The structure that you're nearby is about it's a 10-foot tall scaffolding with a ladder that kind of goes down from the top of the base down. You can see that there's like mining equipment near it. You can see a couple pitchforks, some shovels. You've seen wheelbarrows as you went through this area. Underneath the scaffolding, there's actually a few crates and boxes. There's a total of 4 boxes as well.
Check out some of those crates.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check. What's everybody else doing while this is going on?
Watching him.
Oh, 34.
So you check inside the boxes. You kind of have to grab one of the a pick or something and kind of wedge it because basically the box is nailed shut and it was just stacked underneath the scaffolding. So you pull one over, you grab one of the pickaxes, get the pick in there and kind of wedge it up and pop it open to look inside. And you can see that there are vials of the green stomach acid in the first one. You go to the second one, and you kind of wedge it and wiggle it and pop. Inside that one, you find two suits of leather armor, 1 chain shirt, a pair of boots, and a helmet.
Ooh, any of it looking particular interesting? Or does this look like maybe it's gear from other dead adventurers or dead elves that came down here?
I mean, it's difficult to say from just a cursory examination. They're definitely nice.
He called Veil over.
Yeah, Veil uncorks one of these stomach acids and kind of does a line across the entire lot of it to see if any of them is unaffected.
Sure. You pick up a bottle and pour it over the different armors, and you just watch as the stomach acid pours down onto it, hits it, and just kind of beads to the sides and runs off of it, and then gets to the bottom of the box and starts burning away the box.
All right. So,
we'll gobble these things up.
Yeah, we'll take them and see what they are.
You
at
said,
a later time.
I mean, I'll stuff them in the bag of holding for now. But yeah, what'd you say?
Yeah,
They were again?
I said they are
Boots,
2
helmets?
suits of leather armor, 1 chain shirt, 1 set of boots that appear to be leather, 1 helmet. It is a it appears to be kind of an iron helmet with some filigree and like brass workings on the edge, that sort of thing.
Nice.
Riding on that investigation, box number 3, there are 3 short swords, 4 daggers, and 2 short bows in there.
Scoop them all up.
You said 3 short swords. I'm typing them all out now.
Don't you start sticking some stuff in the zombies' hands?
3 short swords, 2 short bows.
3 short swords, 2 short bows, 4 daggers.
Okay.
So I'm not sure, Liam or Kyle. I'm not sure if they'll be able to use them because they have their slam attack. I don't think they could use weapons.
Once we can make some of them skeletons, though. Those could use them, right?
So here's how we've done it in the past. At least this is how we've talked about it before. A creature like a zombie, if you hand it a sword and tell it to swing, it's going to swing. It's not going to be very good at it. So a zombie can't be proficient with a weapon. So they wouldn't get a proficiency bonus, but they would still make an attack with their strength.
Yeah,
So if they have a sword, they swing with a sword. It does one. It would be a D20 plus the strength modifier, and if it hits, it hits. Bows, I feel like, are a bit more complicated, but a short bow, can it try to put an arrow and attempt to hit? Yes, but again, it's going to be a D20 plus its dexterity. There's no bonuses to hit because it's not proficient or anything like that.
We could teach them later.
You can't teach a zombie how to shoot a bow.
I could just imagine that training class. It's just,
Yeah, I mean, you could certainly try, but
school.
It would be an amazing montage of watching these zombies trying to shoot bows at targets that they're hitting everywhere but the target.
gotta be a montage. All right, so I guess you said there was a 4th box as well.
There is a 4th box as well.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Gwyneth Paltrow's head. And the world rejoices.
That's what you get.
This one also has glass vials in them, but this one is empty. There's straw around the vials and that sort of thing. There's actually about 24 glass vials in this case.
You said the vials are empty, or
Yeah,
was
just
there 24?
purely empty, and there's 24 of the stomach vials. But
Okay, so we'll.
Vale kind of dumped out a couple.
Well, yeah, if he dumped out, I guess he'd say at least 2, so there's 22 left then of the stomach acid, maybe?
22 left of the stomach acid.
Oh, we'll take. I mean, I guess he'd call Eloise over. He goes, Miss Eloise, can we possibly put these in your bag of holding? I hope they would. I don't think they'll freeze. Blood will keep 2 for himself just because he wants to see if he can throw them on something. But yeah, we'll put 20 bottles of or we don't know it's a Tarrasque. I gotta stop saying that. 20 bottles of stomach acid.
Okay.
Yes, 20 vials of Ambar Belthor's stomach acid.
And then I guess Blood can pocket the 24 empty ones into the bag of holding.
Ambo. What?
Yeah, Ambar Belthor. I'll give it to you. Hold on a second. Let me pull it up.
Belthor.
I'm sure I'm not spelling it right in my head though.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Yeah, it's AMBAR-BELTHOR.
Hey, I spelled it right without the hyphen.
I made it far more complex in my head.
I got the first part right. I spelled I thought it was Belfour with an F. BELFOR.
That's not a hyphen.
Like Eddie
That's an
Belfort?
apostrophe.
Or not hyphen, apostrophe, sorry. Apostrophe.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know English. What?
Or just World Ender.
Yeah, World Ender,
I
which
think
is
this
what
is
it
English.
means. No, it's
Thank
not.
God
It's
this
Elven.
isn't English.
Yeah,
Okay,
we'll
20
take all this stuff
vials,
to look at
7
later,
Got it.
and then I suppose we can start moving on.
Yep.
Oh fuck! I'll just copy and paste it.
Why is your nat 20 blood is stuck on my screen? Hang on, I'm refreshing.
Like,
Okay.
Liam's happy to follow you because you can see like 10 times as far as he can. So
Yeah, I mean, I was just putting that stuff in the bag of holding, and then we'll get moving.
Anesthetic is in chat right now, sending us a bunch of bits. Thank you, Anesthetic. Love seeing your bits in chat.
Hi, Nat.
Does this one here? Did he have boots on as well that might fight Liam? Because I don't know if I had boots with my fancy gear.
I got something on my feet. I'm fine.
Okay. Yeah, looks like she's giving her inspiration to blood again. Not like he ever actually uses it.
Yeah, I know.
you
I
gotta
got it
use
this time. I promise I'm gonna use it. I have. Most of the time I do. Last week I didn't. I didn't need it.
That's okay. I just like giving you shit. Speaking of giving you shit, are you heading to the intestine?
Yeah.
Yep.
He'll start checking for traps along the way.
Okay. Go ahead and start checking for traps as you make your way. Anesthetic says, screw you, then she's going to give it to Eloise since you didn't use it last time.
Aw, thanks.
Fine.
Inspiration to Eloise.
Gotcha.
Fine. Fine.
But yeah.
What a perception or investigation for traps.
That's going to be a investigation check.
18?
Okay. You continue to start making your way down the tunnel towards what you're assuming is the small intestine, because that's logically what's connected to the stomach. The corridor is fairly wide. It's about 20 feet wide in total from end to end, and about 30 feet high. It's just a gigantic tunnel of ridges. It kind of goes round and round, and the smell is interesting because it's ancient and it's murky and dusty. It smells a lot like a cave, honestly, but just a little bit more putrid. And you continue down slowly, carefully, I imagine.
Oh,
You did.
He's stealthing along. I guess I'll do that real quick if you.
Yeah, everyone can make your stealth checks. With your 18, you're not spotting any.
Not a trace, by the way.
Pass without a trace from your staff. Okay, everyone gets an extra 10.
Oh, hang on, I have to go.
Skadoosh.
Boom! I got a 29.
31.
Most of you are relatively stealthy. Veil, not nearly as much, but fortunately, as you continue to slowly stalk down this tunnel, you do not see any signs of any drow. It goes on and on and on. Blood, you have 300 some odd feet of dark vision with your magical bow. You're able to see quite a bit farther than anyone else. And the tunnel just keeps going and going and going.
Are
And
there
you
a
travel.
lot of switchbacks, Matt?
There are a lot of what?
Switchbacks?
What's a switchback?
Like
The tunnel turns.
Oh,
to...
no, actually. For 15 minutes, nothing.
Damn.
20
the
minutes.
intestine is going in a straight line. This isn't the intestine, guys.
Well, it
Well,
does
it's also a
curve.
mythical creature.
It does curve. I'm not saying it is. It basically it takes you a good 40 minutes before you find this first long bend that starts going around again, and then it starts heading back north. And you start following again for another 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Another bend. You continue on. basically, about 2 hours since you start traveling down the Koines. You do find an occasional bend. You have to orient and keep walking. The size of it remains constant. Though you keep seeing like these dips and bubbles, you have to kind of like climb down a little bit at a slow arc, then go back up almost like a bowl a little bit in some places. At that 2 hour mark, I need everybody to go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, Lord.
Oh boy.
I'm not good at
Me
those.
advantage, so a 9.
Ugh, a 9.
22.
Miss Proficient.
Okay.
I could get really good if I was proficient.
Yes, we've seen your rolls, Blood.
No, dude. With even proficiency, I wouldn't do well with that. It would have only been a 14. Still would have failed.
I need to. Wait, why is that? Alnad's character sheet's being weird.
Oof.
So Eloise,
Everyone but Eloise failed.
Oh no.
you're all kind of at the bottom of one of these dips. You're about to start making your way up, and Eloise, you're just kind of walking along during this time, marveling to yourself at the absolute extremeness of this creature. And when suddenly you just realize you're the only one walking, you turn back, and everybody, your entire team, is doubled over to one side, clutching their head. You're all disoriented. You're all very much confused and in pain right now. Where did my damage roll go? Oh.
Huh. I wonder if the Drow had something to keep this from happening to them. Because this can't be good for a person.
All of you who failed are going to take 11 points of psychic damage.
Nero is confused. He hurt himself from confusion.
That's a Dragon Quest reference if I've heard one. About a minute. It takes, Eloise, what do you do in that moment when you see everyone huddled over and grabbing their heads and see a little bit of that blood trickling down their nose?
Is okay. Well, if everyone was close enough for Pass Without a Trace to work, everyone should be close enough.
Yeah, you're all staying within your radius.
You don't need to burn a
Or at least
heal for us right now. I don't think 11's that bad.
How are Liam and Alnad and Apollyon looking?
84 for blood.
We all just had a short rest. I got back to full maximum at that short rest.
Okay.
yeah, they're not looking seriously hurt. Nobody is, but
No.
they're all frozen. They're grabbing their heads. They're just kind of stuck there for a minute.
It's just a unique scenario.
Yeah. Think I'm just gonna hang out with Jareth and
Ooh, does Jareth have to make one?
pet him and just be like, "This is."
Oh, I've been kind of forgetting about Jareth this
Does he
entire
operate in
time.
that way?
Because technically, Jareth and the zombies would have been having to make these too if they're out. So I'm gonna need Jareth. Yeah, I need it from Jareth and from the zombies as well.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Jeremy.
shit.
I'm so sorry.
Shut the fuck up. 12 for Jareth.
Yep, that would be it for Jareth then.
Great.
Oh boy.
I don't know how to do wisdom saving throws for zombies.
"13, 15, 16 are the highest. What's the save on that, Matt?
Oh, sorry, you can't hear me. I was
No,
muted.
we can't.
My bad. Okay, so it looks like 3 of the zombies succeeded. You're trying to hit a 15 here.
Eek.
Okay.
So all of those who failed would take the 11 points of the psychic damage. But after a minute, the confusion and the disorientedness passes. And everyone's head clears once again.
And out loud, I'm just gonna say, I wonder if the people that we've been fighting have something to like protect them from this, because this can't be good for a body to have to.
Well, we've searched
Deal with
several
again.
of the bodies by now. I mean, did anything pop out as protection from this?
I don't think we've seen anything special.
So I am Alnad is going to speak up because I just had him roll a nature check. I had you remember Eloise when I had you roll a medicine check previously, and you rolled that 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why you didn't pick this up. Alnad does speak up, and he said, "I think actually you have a point there, Miss Eloise. We've seen these Quagoth before, and Veil over there did say that they seemed odd and mutated a little bit when we first encountered them. Now I've seen Drow before too, and I've seen the occasional Drada, and I couldn't help but notice those other ones looked strange as well. Looked mutated, like almost they got growths on them, cancers. I don't think they have any protection. If I were to guess, whatever this aura is that's affecting us, that's probably what's mutating the Drow and their,
I think the Quagoth are the Drow after being down here too long.
Oh no, Veil, you would the moment Liam says that, you're like no, you would know that Quagoth are creatures of the Underdark. They're actually kind of bred by the Drow to use as physical labor.
Beasts of burden.
Exactly.
Plus, we felt that kind of mental shock when we were outside as well in the old the ruins. So maybe it's just this area. Maybe it's not just necessarily in here. Maybe it's if you're in this region for too long, you suffer these effects.
It is.
Maybe there's
so
something
long.
down here that started some sort of a pulse.
It could be. Maybe that's what they're trying to gather. Why would they be in this place of all places? Unless they were hunting something.
Resources is what we can see so far. I mean, think about what you found in those crates over there. This creature said to have destroyed the surface of the world at one point. God only knows what that thing ate. Maybe that weapons and armor that you found in the crate there, that's what they found in the stomach acid. I mean, we found cranes that were obviously dredging up something from the bottom there. Remember seeing those cranes that we passed?
Yeah. Would these things really have survived for thousands of years? I mean, I know they're magical, but
Enchantments are funny things. He taps one of his swords and he says, "This thing here is several thousand years old by itself. That bow of yours, God only knows how old that thing is."
and I can't really ask the guy I took it from. He's a big fucking dragon.
You stole that thing from a dragon.
Well, we didn't know he was a dragon when we stole it.
You
And
keep
you know what?
telling
I don't-
your
hey,
tall
hey, hey.
tales.
It's not stealing. It was reappropriating because he wasn't using it. Plain and simple.
Yeah, I can't tell if he's being serious or not. He like looking at everybody else. How serious is he being right now?
Oh no, I was wondering if maybe you understood him because he always goes into these explanations and we never quite get the point.
We
Ma-
found it in a vault. Yes, it did not belong to us. And perhaps when the owner of the vault found out things were taken, he turned into a dragon and destroyed a city.
Right, and at what point in that story is that not stealing?
The point that makes me feel better.
If it makes you feel better, then sure, take it back before
You know what?
die.
Hey, we have been in dungeons and things like that and procured items together. Would we call that stealing?
They weren't defended by a dragon. They tend to defend for a lot longer than we
Well, hey,
live.
how about also this? The man that we took this from is the leader of the Cerulean Syndicate, and countless people have suffered at the hands of them.
I was meaning to ask you about that. You didn't leave any traces behind that. It
No,
was
Shadows
you.
was actually quite scarily skilled. He had been planning that for a long time. He made it look very very convincing when we left that no one survived. So that man is he's a little terrifying.
Right, but the dragon clearly noticed stuff missing,
Well, just
and
'cause he
there's
went.
no one in the vault.
Well, you see, there was this other. I don't know exactly what it was. It was actually, shit. Did you meet? What was John's character's name? Was it Willow?
Yeah, that was Willow.
Yeah. Did you met Willow, right? Did you meet Willow at any point?
Just
I don't remember.
briefly.
Well, at one point he got sucked into a little bag. It looked like a bag of holding, and he was able to get out of it, but apparently it was some kind of special bag that, like, if you get too close to it or you put your hand in it, it could devour you and suck you in. And so
Right.
he set it up that it made it look like, maybe whoever was stolen from his vault had got sucked into the bag.
I think we're getting just a bit off topic here. Maybe continue marching forward. You didn't steal anything. You're a good man.
Oh no, I definitely stole it. I just said I made myself feel better. That's
And there you go, Natty. That's our blood.
He knows. He's my brother. He knows.
Alnad just kind of chuckles to himself. I can't tell if you all pulling my leg or not, but
No, a dragon really did destroy Rowena.
I'm gonna have to make some inquiries on this.
Mm.
I'm learning all sorts of interesting things from y'all's travels.
Yeah. We're a very mercurial bunch. There's all kinds of things in there.
Ain't that the truth? Well, let's continue on. If we're gonna continue on down this.
How long has it been? Because I started ritually casting Find Familiar as soon as he dropped, and these guys have been talking this whole time. So
Yeah.
I'm sure we do
How
have
long?
time.
How long does the spell
An
take?
hour.
Hour and 10 minutes.
Just 10 minutes?
An
Hour
hour
and 10 minutes.
Oh, an hour and 10 minutes.
That is a long wait.
Okay, so is everybody waiting there for an hour and 10 minutes then, I guess?
How
Yeah.
long? Well, I guess. Yeah. How long was this conversation?
I mean,
at least.
not an hour and 10 minutes to be sure, but
All right.
Knocked out the first 10 minutes.
yeah, knocked out the first 10 minutes maybe, but
Well,
if you're wanting to stop there and wait for an hour, you certainly can. It's up to you.
yep.
Well, we can't even talk to Vale while he's doing this. Damn.
You can always just pick him up and drag him.
He does
But no.
have a ready-made, carrying system.
I was
How
just
does it
joking.
work, though?
Here's my question with that: if I were to do my ritual spell while I'm being carried by the zombies down this giant intestinal track, would you allow that to?
Definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely not. I mean, if you actually read the spell itself, it explains a little bit about how you're doing it. But no, but you can stop there for an hour if you want to. That's
Hey,
totally
Blood,
fine.
while we're taking a break, maybe report in with Ohm real quick.
Well, has it been? Because he did that as soon as we saw the Drow.
Yeah,
and he
you
said
did
that
that
there
quite a
was,
while ago, so that was probably what
Drow
about.
down here. So I don't know if it's been because it's what, one use per dawn with the.
Oh, is it?
So
Oh.
it's definitely been used up for the day.
Yeah.
I did not know it was that minute.
When Mr. Vale is done, he might be able to do a sending spell. I know he's done that before.
Well, an hour goes by.
So,
Everybody's just kind of standing there watching Vale.
We're gonna
yeah.
role play the rest of that hour.
Okay, yeah, yep. Let's role play the rest of that fucking hour. I'm down
Real
for that.
time. Let's do it. Jeremy, I need you to be slowly chanting the whole time. It won't bother any of us. We'll
Yeah,
be
can you do that? That'd be great.
yeah.
I would love that. Anyway, so yeah, an hour's going to go ahead and pass. It is 8:30. Why don't we just use this to take our break? And when we get back, the hour is done. Jareth has been recast. You can take another, 50 gold, 10 gold worth of charcoal,
Yeah.
incense, and herbs. You can take that off your component list, and we will be back in about 10 minutes because I really got to pee. Stay tuned.
Alrighty.
Welcome back, everybody. When we last left off, the Faab 5 had decided to pause for another hour inside what they're assuming is the small intestine of this gigantic creature. They had spent several hours walking, finding twists and turns, but not seeing any sign of any more drow. But once the ambient effect of the area hit everybody and unfortunately poofed Jareth out of existence, the team decided to pause so that Vale could resummon his familiar, and so they hung out for an hour. And that's where we're at. I assume everybody stayed kind of close to one another. Nobody wants to get too far away. You could have scouted a little ahead and that sort of thing, but fortunately for that hour, nothing popped up. So Vale, your owl reappears in the brazier, but that's between your legs that you've been casting the spell into. Probably immediately goes flying off to Eloise's shoulder because that's what it does these days. And you're all ready to keep going. So, are you going to continue on into the intestine of the beast?
Yeah, I'd like to go ahead and put my Rite of Frost onto my glaive at this time.
Okay. You run your hand along the blade of the glaive, getting a little bit of a cut and some blood on it, and whoosh, turns to ice.
Yup.
Okay. Does anybody do anything else to prepare before moving on?
No, I think blood's good.
I think so.
Okay. Then
Just
you
pass
continue.
without a trace.
Pass without a trace out of your Staff of the Woodlands.
Yep.
Okay. Muffled as you are, everybody go ahead and give me another stealth check, please.
Is the thing still up?
Yeah, +10.
Yeah, plus 10.
Ooh.
Oh shit! Look at you two.
16.
40.
29.
24.
31.
And 39
Wait, no,
for
Veil.
Alnad.
You have boots. You have the boots of Elven Kind. You get advantage.
All right.
Whew,
Then
that's
that number is 22.
I keep forgetting. I was like, son of a bitch, why did... I was like, I forgot we put it on the wizard.
Remind me at the end of the session today, and I'll get that programmed onto your character sheet. Veil.
Okay.
Anywho, you continue onward stealthily, making your way slowly down the intestines. Go ahead and give me somebody who's ever really, really good at tracking survival checks.
I think it's... I think it's... I've got a 7, but I think... Don't you have like a 9, Liam?
Survival, I've got a 10.
Okay, yeah. I think you'll be our best bet.
Okay. How many checks?
I just need a survival check from you.
Okay.
Oh! It was almost a 7.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So you continue onward. What?
He can have my inspiration
Can he?
if you will allow me to give it to him for this.
So I will, if you want to give it to him, I will allow you to. But I will just point out for the sake of things that it's not that important of a role. But if you want to know the information I was going to give, I will tell it, if you want to give him your inspiration.
Dang it, you went and said it's not important, though.
It's not that important.
Okay, fine. I'll wait.
I mean, it could be important. You never know. Maybe I'm just bullshitting.
Liam's purely focusing on the stealth and
and-
doing a terrible job at the tracking.
Yeah, not really looking at the ground, just more focused on staying stealthy and hidden and not being seen. Now, what are...
Nat 20, then a nat 1 right after it.
Who's got the highest passive perception, just out of curiosity?
I think it's blood with a 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's only 20.
Well,
I'm good at attacking.
you are good at attacking, Apollyon.
That's great you are,
That's
buddy.
about it.
So both Eloise and Blood would hear this, because they both have pretty damn close passive perceptions. That there are some sounds coming up ahead in the tunnel as you make your way down. You can hear slight footsteps, a little bit of a shuffle, a little bit of that sound, and it causes you to pause for a moment when you hear that. What do you do?
I suppose he just kind of turn around and, quick tell them, give them, I guess, some hand gestures or whisper to them. He's like, hey, there's something coming up ahead. I don't know how far down, but we got something coming towards us.
Now, in this area, as you all look around, there are kind of those ridges and that sort of thing, but they're big and wide. There's not a lot of space to hide in this area. There are bends that you could go around a bend and hide behind that, but there's not rocks or boulders or things of that nature. It's pretty much just open cavern, then the cavern walls, which are just funky and rocky and kind of jagged at places, but nothing really you could duck into and hide behind.
Does it sound like those noises are getting closer to us? If we stand still, are they getting closer to us?
Do you pause for a moment to listen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you all pause for a moment, listening intently. It's difficult to tell because you are in a cave and there's some of that reverberation and that sort of thing. But go ahead and give me active perception checks, and we'll see if what you can hear.
12.
16. Mm.
21.
Yeah, anyone who wants to make it can make it at this point because you're all paused and listening.
17.
God damn it.
19.
Nice. So basically, everyone but Eloise pauses, listens.
So terrible.
Eloise gets distracted because she feels something that's like she thinks is a mouse in her pocket, and she gets really excited, but then reaches her hand into a pocket, and it's just a small piece of string. But the rest of you pause and you're listening, and yeah, no, there are footsteps. There's an echo to them, but it's definitely getting closer. You can't try to estimate. Liam, you would wager there's more than 10 footsteps or different distinct sounds.
Well, do we want to charge in again? Because they're going to be upon us soon.
The footsteps are steady, I will point out as well. Like just almost as though marching in that direction.
I mean, do we want to let, Mr. Veil check something heavy down there? I mean, like a fireball, something like that? When they get closer, obviously.
Well, you might want to ask Veil what he wants to do in this scenario.
I'm not going to throw a fireball into the darkness.
Well, that's why I would say, like, when they get closer, when we see them.
I don't want you to, shoot your brother or something. I don't know what's out there.
We could definitely, set up and prep and wait for him to get closer, and we could tell. Try and use some of this terrain to our advantage.
You've got a bit of a bend, probably around 70-ish or so feet ahead of you. The path is clear in that direction, and you can hear those footsteps. So, you all want to do?
Head towards it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you're starting to walk towards it.
Blood will hug the wall and start going towards it.
I just fucked it up. Ah,
Ooh, the purple line just moved.
I know. So you continue on, moving stealthily, keeping to the wall, glancing around. You have to go around the bend, but the sounds are definitely moving towards you. You pause for a moment. Again.
How large is the... Sorry, Matt.
No, go ahead.
How large is the corridor that we're in?
About 30 feet wide. In
30 feet
this
wide,
area.
30
Yeah.
feet tall?
30 feet wide, about 25 feet tall.
Okay. Cool.
You're hearing the marching much louder now as you start crossing around the bend there. It's definitely marching. You can hear that sound. It also sounds like that kind of sound of like that you imagine you've heard many times before while riding a wagon, just axles squeaking in their in their metal holds,
Something
or whatever.
internal.
Yeah. Sounds like footsteps and also carrying wagons or maybe wheelbarrows or something like that. It's difficult to tell. What's that, Vale?
I hear someone chewing.
It's probably Alyssa.
Oh, I thought those were the footstep noises.
Yeah, definitely the
I
footstep
originally
noises.
thought it was too, and then it kept going. And that's one of my pet peeves. I can't deal with that.
Fair enough. Everyone gets triggered by something. It's all good. Are you just following down the pathway? Tell me what you're doing here.
If it's getting louder, Blood might just kind of prop up here and just wait. I guess. I mean, fuck, nobody can fucking see him.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he'd see Eloise and like he goes, Eloise. Just like, you know, maybe we should wait here. And he's like, maybe we should wait here. Using his best stage whisper.
Sure, you got Pass Without a Trace on still.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell. Blood. Just let me know when they get close.
Yes, ma'am.
Apple, get ready.
Right. Well, I'm gonna start making my way towards the opposite wall here. Waiting for
Okay.
blood signal.
Are we gonna be on this map for a while?
Probably.
All right, I'm gonna put the zombies back up.
Okay. Yep, you have your zombies along there with you. Give me their stealth checks too. Everyone, give me your stealth checks. We're gonna do one more. Blood is propping up against the wall, looking around the corner, waiting to see what's coming up. Eloise, you're kind of... So everyone just take a moment, position yourselves where you're wanting to be. If this is where you're making their choke point, you're stopping here to see what's coming up. Go ahead and position yourselves how you want. You have like maybe 2 to 3 minutes before anyone's... Or at least Blood, because, you know, his stupid dark vision would see anybody. So you have at least a couple minutes to position yourselves where you want.
With her pass without a trace, I got a 41 stealth.
22.
19.
Alnad is going to listen for his brother's clicks and then post up behind him.
I got 22 on stealth.
26, and then the zombies got a bunch of crap.
Yeah, just feel free to roll next time just one and count it for all of them if you want to.
Yeah, that works.
Freaking Blood, 41 stealth, Anesthetic says.
Well, hey, they beat me last time, so...
It's true. Alnad has a 27. Everyone's relatively stealthy. And so you're keeping to your spots, hiding, getting yourselves ready. I know, Jeremy, you're still moving your zombies out. Feel free to continue to do so as I'm talking.
Okay.
Blood would be the first person to see this. Valian. You would not see it at this point. Blood, however, you would. The first thing that comes into view are a pair of Quagoth, 2 of them. You can see what appears to be like maybe a leash or a harness around the neck and shoulders, followed by a cord going back. And so, I assume you don't attack immediately when you see these first 2 things.
Wait till they see what they're pulling.
So I'm just going to kind of arrange things a little bit. So the first thing you would see is the 2 Quagoth. After that, you would see a Drow holding the long reins of or leash or whatever it is, this drow that you see seems to be wearing a dark metal breastplate and a long cloak that's kind of pulled over one shoulder, and he has his arm out holding the leash with this other one. He has a long weapon that at first you think is a short spear, but it almost looks more like a cattle prod in a way. That's hanging. That's like it has a strap on either end, and he has it over one shoulder as he's walking.
Vale glances down at his crop and says, "I got to get me one of those."
Let me see if you would see this actually, Vale. You would definitely see him as well, Vale. So
yeah.
I'm going to allow you to make a history check as I'm describing steps.
Oh, excellent. Big brain over here. Let's see.
Talk about the big brain on Vale.
Yeah, follow.
13.
Okay. With your 13, you can tell that this individual is high important. You do have your dark vision, you have an extended range, but you can't quite make out the insignia, so you're not quite sure what level this individual is or what his title might be, but you recognize the fact that he is definitely of a higher order, and you can just recognize the arrogance on his face. He's somebody who is important and knows he's important.
Vale's going to start walking towards him.
Well, let me finish describing things first.
Okay.
Then you can. Following that guy, you see several more drow in tow. You recognize a pair that, well, you haven't seen these individuals before, Blood. You do recognize that they're wearing some much better armor than your typical grunt. You see a couple of
captain of the Drow, maybe, or
not that high ranking, but definitely more than your just. You've seen people wearing these armor. Yeah, you've seen people wearing this type of armor. You fought some of them, so you recognize that they're not your typical grunt. And there's also more Quagoth. A total of 5 more, being led on leashes by 4 more standard drow grunts. So that's everything that you would be able to see from your position. They don't seem to have noticed you just yet.
They're about to.
But I believe I heard, Vale, you said that you want to start approaching. Is that correct?
Yep.
Describe for us a little bit of what you're doing.
So, Vale is just walking forward with his zombies in tow. Hold on, let me see if I can try to angle it better. And just walking this way, not trying to be sneaky.
So you're walking with them all around you? Is that what you said? Or are you doing your carry thing?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, well, okay, they'll carry me. Yeah, they're carrying me.
You tell me. I'm just asking, because you've done it before.
You're right, because I wouldn't want to be walking.
Okay.
Ever.
So, with, looks like 7 zombies. 4 of them... There's 14 of them, so some of them are acting as a seat, kind of some of them are behind you. Like, we're doing another Ozymandias moment from the 300, where,
Xerxes.
Xerxes, that's it. Xerxes.
Oh, yeah.
So, these zombies are carrying Vale as everyone just kind of watches. You're all just stuck to the sides.
Hear some curses. Motherfucker, Drow. Under his breath as he walk by.
I imagine you also see, like, because Malnad has his bow out and ready, and he's looking at the Drow as the Drow just starts walking. Your buddy Veil, and he's like, you see him for a moment start to pull back that bowstring just a little bit.
Blood will click a couple times. You're like, I don't know what he's doing, but just watch his back.
And I gesture a Drow gesture towards the gentleman with the leash in the cattle prod.
Okay. You raise your hand up and give just that Drow salute, and the individual holding the reins puts a fist up, and everybody stops. And he seems to look at you curiously. This big old parade float of zombie. Aren't these all Quagoth? I'm pretty sure they're all Quagoth. Zombie Quagoth carrying this Drow in robes with an owl flying behind him. And so, this is definitely a weird sight. What do you do?
Continue advancing. And when I'm in within earshot, I arrogantly say, I presume the others have contacted you about who I am.
In Drow, you're given a reply. Who exactly are you?
And without skipping a beat, I announce myself with a small bow. Necthros Veil, Drow, Necromancer, and then I open my arms wide to gesturing over the zombie Quagoth. And these are my subjects.
You see the Drow, the lead Drow. He places a hand to his chest and gives you a bow. He says, "Fellow greetings, Master Veil. No, I was unaware of any necromancer and he uses a word that I'm not going to try to make up in Drow, but it roughly translates into common as ancient devourer, meaning obviously the creature that you're all in."
Yep.
He says,
God.
"No, we were not given word of any meeting us here. What is your business, Master Veil?"
And just go on to explain, I'm here to assist you in whatever it is our queen needs.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, I'm going to use my last lucky point on that.
Probably a good idea.
$28.
That's what you use a lucky point for. The Drow, he cocks his head to one side and says, "Well then, your assistance would be most appreciated. We are heading out to collect the next shipment from the belly, and we must, of course, have many, many hands to gather everything that we have procured for the Queen. So one such as you would be greatly appreciated."
And I nod and gesture towards the 14 Quagoth. I say, "Many hands make light work."
Indeed, indeed. Well, I am Inquisitor Kalrin, lead of... Yeah, Kalrin. Kalrin.
Okay, let me just write that down.
And if you like, I'll also give you another history check, since he's introduced himself.
Okay. That's going to be a 31.
Damn!
Nice. You've heard of Inquisitors before. Oh yeah, you have. Inquisitors are... Well, they are the secret police of Drow society. Think KGB, but not nearly as nice. They,
Yeah, I was gonna say, so KGB, huh?
but not nearly as nice as the KGB. They are horrible. The Drow expect treachery. After all, the Spider Queen encourages it. A certain amount of backstabbing and double-crossing is expected of Drow society. But the Queen also demands that there is at least some semblance of order, and she employs some to root out traitors. Inquisitors are often employed by Drow priestesses. They're chosen from the ranks of the priesthood. It's not too often that a male gets this high. You would know with a 31. It's very rare for a male in Drow society to get this high, but he is a male. You can see that. And you're thinking of that name, Coward. Coward. You've heard that name before. He is very well known as a true devout, a zealot within the Inquisitors. If he's leading he like the fact that he's leading a simple gathering mission, a simple head out to get the next supply, that's not normal. That's strange. Why would this man be leading something like this? All these things kind of go through your mind in these handful of seconds, but like he's not a guy to be fucked with. B, he's well known for his ferocity and his absolute zealotry. And the fact that he's just, heading up to collect some crates, that sounds weird.
All right. So, with Veil's, in Veil's mind, he's going to send Jareth to just a quick little circle right here, but to gesture towards the group to, if I can have them go back. Is there any... I mean, Eloise would probably understand more than anybody. Like, he wants her to go back to the stomach and wait. I'm trying to think how I would have him gesture that.
I would say that you're trying to pass along information through your familiar to somebody who's like kind of enthralled with your familiar. Eloise, make me a what is the skill? Animal handling check.
Okay.
Just don't roll a 1.
15.
Yeah. You're kind of watching from the side. You're not seeing nearly as much of this, but then you see Jareth kind of circling overhead, and then he darts for a second. Then he swoops back towards Veil, circles again, darts away, and you're kind of getting that that vibe that Veil's trying to impart to you. Hey, back up. Let me see if I can play this along.
Okay, I'm gonna tap Alnad lightly on the shoulder, or I'm gonna kind of grab his sleeve, and I'm gonna start backing up, and I'm gonna like back up into Liam, and then I'm with my other hand, I'm gonna try and get Apollyon's attention. And I'm just gonna kind of like wave towards me, like, let's go back. So I'm gonna start backing everyone up.
And as that's happening, I'm trying to stall Inquisitor Caloran, and just kind of with Drow flattery. So it's kind of like arrogance, but definitely flattery. Yes, Inquisitor Caloran, I've heard of you, and for you to be in this place of with this lot, and I gesture towards the other people around him, people and Quagoth around him, in disgust, like we are better than these people. I say the Queen must have something very important for you to do. Please allow me to assist with anything. Now it is getting a shipment from the stomach. I see no reason why we can't do that momentarily. I'm just kind of to the point where I am stalling, but I wouldn't think, if he starts to pick up on it, I would shut up right away and just about face and have him lead the way.
Okay. So this is what I want from you. I want either a deception or a performance check. Because while you're not necessarily lying, you're more just kind of playing him. You're trying to play him and try to make him, a little less suspicious of you. More like, I get where you're going. Now, while that's happening, everybody else, stealth checks if you're planning on backing away. If you're wanting to do something else, now is your time to say so.
Right, so Liam can understand this conversation that's happening right now.
Correct.
So what he's gonna do is, he knows Blood went a little ahead, and if he walked forward a little bit, he'll be able to see him. So he's gonna grab Blood's shoulder, pull him back enough, and when we do this stealth check, we'll see how quiet I am. But he's gonna try and whisper to him, I think Veil is on their side and want to help, but I'm not walking back 4 hours to the stomach for nothing. And so that's what he's going to say real quick as he backs up, because he knows he's trying to buy time. But I don't know how much we want to back up.
I mean, there's no way we can end up going back that far. Yeah, because the stomach is an awful long way away.
Everyone can go ahead and make insight checks if you like.
Who are we inciting?
The situation.
Bird?
Oh, the situation. Yes, please.
19.
Insight.
7.
15.
Ooh, 25.
I would love to get to reliable talent. That's just going to be awesome if we get that far.
Okay. Now, Veil, like I said, I'm waiting on your deception
right?
or performance.
And we owe you a stealth check, too?
18 on performance.
Nice.
I think you're fucking
You're
cute,
all
don't you, Liam?
invisible.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. Stealth.
Yep, stealth for Eloise.
You still beat me 98% of the time. I don't know what you're even bringing it up for.
You've
Zero,
been beating me on
baby!
stealth
Zero
roll a
on
couple of
stealth.
these times, man.
Oh no, Eloise,
So a 10.
no.
Oh,
I have
you
my
have
inspiration.
you have inspiration.
Using it. Thank you, Nat. Holy
It's probably a
Blood
good time to
doesn't
do
need
that.
it.
This is why you never give inspiration to blood from a stone.
God damn it!
What the fuck?
Roll 20s, Jack.
No, the
Oh,
dice have a
alright.
story to tell,
That
guys.
is what happens. That's
I mean,
tell us, Matt.
Okay, so we got a lot of things going on right now, but so with your insight, and hold on, we got one more thing going on right now. Anesthetic just at redeemed advantage.
Oh.
again?
It redeemed an advantage. Eloise gets to roll again.
Holy shit. Okay.
Full
Okay.
advantage.
I swear to God, if you roll another,
Okay.
Show me that too.
If you roll, like you need to roll well here.
Okay.
if you roll another one,
If you roll another one, this whole scenario changes, and I feel so bad because it does.
Alright, let's see.
I mean, yes.
19.
Oh my God. Oh,
Okay, so
Thank you, Nat.
other than Eloise, as far as insight checks go, you're getting this. You all get the sense that Veil's trying to buy you time so that you can fuck off and get away, and he can stall that way and stall him and try to gather information. Veil, would you agree with me in that assessment?
Yeah, so the reason being, like you've described, this guy is no Joe Schmo. This is like a huge high-ranking member, like you said, going to do a job that on the outside, from somebody looking outside, seems like a waste. Why would this guy be here? There's obviously something very important that he's doing, and I would like to know what that is.
With
Okay.
my 25 insight, I think I could pick up on that, and my reply would be, I mean, I obviously reply to you in this moment, but I would take the group as far as 10 minutes back, so you could maybe have a 10-minute conversation with him, but I don't think as a group we want to go all the way back to the stomach.
oh no.
Plus, so can I just say along that route? So we're in the intestine. That's going to lead only one place.
Where this guy came from, yeah.
This guy came from the opposite direction. He's going towards
he
it.
means where he's going, Liam.
Oh.
It only goes to the stomach.
Yeah, he's going towards the stomach. Obviously, this group is going towards the stomach.
Right, but
Yeah,
he's coming towards. There are two trains passing. We're going this, like, counter direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
So wherever he deposited or picked up from, I want to know where that is.
We'd have to.
Yes.
Okay. So, Liam seems to be trying to drag everybody away around to the next bend. You all start sneaking away. Eloise, her tail wraps around her. Liam grabs her, pulls her forward. It wraps around again. He pulls her forward. He gets a little farther ahead. He wraps around again. And while Veil is, postulating to the Drow that is talking. What's your passive perception, Veil? It's not like super high. It's like a 14
No,
or
it's
15.
super low.
Okay.
I want to say it's 14.
Okay, so you wouldn't hear it, but then you notice that the guy peeks up, listens, and is like, "Did the rest of you hear that?" And he kind of looks back at the rest of the group. Most of the group just stops and shakes his head. Everyone, be quiet. Be quiet. For a second, I could have sworn I heard something ahead of us. You, Master Veil, any others with you?
I didn't see anyone, but I did see some dead drow and Quagoth, which I help myself to.
Go ahead, everyone. Give me another stealth check.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Alnad's coming in clutch with these nat 20s.
Yep.
26.
39.
35.
22.
You all continue on, stealthing away. The drow kind of listens for a moment. And he's like, shh, everyone be quiet. And he's listening. Veil, give me... You can try to help your friends. Like, you know the guy's, like, listening. So you're probably like, yeah, he's listening for my friends. They must have made some noise. You, in this moment, you can try to disguise what's going on by helping them, like having your zombies make noise. You can tell them to silence themselves and let your friends be discovered. What would you like to do?
Veil's gonna get in, like Xerxes walking off onto the faces of these Quagoth. He's gonna walk up to this guy, and he's going to say, "There's 5 of them, and they're around the bend."
Indeed. With you or no?
Say it again.
Are they? He asked, "Are they with you or not with you?"
Yes.
He kind of gives you a little bit of a look. Make a deception or persuasion.
18.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Master Veil. What is your intention? Right. He says as you can see that lance that he's holding. Like he's
And Veil
sliding down
narrows
the
his
shoulder.
eyes, and he says, "I seek to serve the Queen."
Make a persuasion check.
26.
Very well. And if you wish to serve...
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Very well. If you wish to serve the Queen, how best do you wish to serve her?
And I say, there has to be a reason why she sent you here. We need to find that reason, and I hint towards some sort of item or something, and we need to retrieve it.
And that is why I'm here, clearly. Those who have been in charge of this excavation are quite late, and I am obviously here to see to that. But what of those beyond the bend?
Not a threat, but there are people. I would say they could be loyal servants, if persuaded.
So they serve you.
Not entirely. And I reference to something as if my control over the animate dead went past its time. How they're kind of a mind of their own right now. And I say, is what she seeks in the stomach, or is it elsewhere?
He chuckled. No, the stomach. Oh no. The stomach is little more than a sifting. The word he uses evokes, like, panning for gold.
Yeah.
You dig up a bunch of sand. You keep doing that. You hope to find a few flakes. The term he uses kind of describes that, where searching for something, you might find it, you might not. It's a cool little addition, but it's not. It's just a bonus. Instead, he says, the object we seek defies all logic. Is an object of immense magical properties. Such an object could redefine the Drow nation, empower it to overtake the surface. He says, those who are excavating the heart have taken far too long. I travel to... What's the word I'm looking for? When you make something hurry up,
Persuade?
no.
Incentivize?
Incentivize. To incentivize those excavating the heart to hurry with their efforts. And all of you are like sneaking away, I imagine. Or did you all stop?
Yeah, we can't hear this part of the conversation. We were trying to put a little distance between us.
Yeah, you're all sneaking away, trying to get away.
So I ask him, why would you even bother with the stomach if what she requests is in the heart?
He replies, the management of this endeavor thought that trinkets would satisfy the queen while the larger work was at stake, or was undertaken. Time has run out, and he's here to get them back on task.
Okay. So I think Veil has all the information he needs, and is going to arrogantly but not disrespectfully say, I wouldn't bother if I were you going to the stomach. And he's going to go back onto his zombies.
So you start heading back over to the zombies.
Yep.
What do you mean? You shouldn't bother with the stomach. We're not planning on heading to the stomach. We're heading to, and hold on, let me get the name. He says, "We're heading to see Ugat." And then he uses a Drow word, which basically means favored consort. Now, as a Drow, you would know that nearly all priestesses of Loth, including the most powerful matron mothers, tend to take attractive Drow as their consorts. At the same time, they're also, these individuals serve no purpose beyond pleasure breeding, but sometimes they gain the ear of their priestess and are typically relied on to provide useful services or useful tasks. No position of a consort is assured for very long, and priestesses are infamous for being fickle with their favor. And so consorts tend to be given like really high-profile jobs, and if they fail, they not only are no longer consorts, they're typically turned into Drider because of their failure to the queen and to the priesthood.
All right, so a lot happened. There were some times where I couldn't hear everything you were saying.
Okay.
My general gist of what I got was this guy is here to make sure that things go as planned or people get back on track. They're not heading to the stomach right now, or they are heading to the stomach?
No. So the TLDR is there's a Drow consort, a consort to one of the high-ranking Drow priestesses, who is leading this expedition to dig up something around the heart. They are taking way too long. They've been satisfying the priestess with trinkets from the stomach, but it's taken way too long, and this dude, this Inquisitor, is heading up to the main excavation in the heart to basically either get them moving and get them to hurry up, or he's going to probably, as a Drow, you would know this, he'd probably fucking kill them and take over himself.
Okay.
That's the TLDR.
Gotcha. All right. If Jareth flies around here, will he be able to see where Eloise is? Eloise standing right there, or is she further back?
I imagine they're further back at this point, but if you send Jareth far enough back away, you'd probably find her.
So Jareth's gonna land on her shoulder and put his beak on his heart and then gesture to the heart.
You're asking a lot of a bird again.
Well, I mean, that's what Eloise sees in this instance. What do you do, Eloise?
I mean, doesn't it just look like a bird scratching?
Well, okay, wait. Does Jareth touch his beak to my chest to indicate my heart, or is he trying to touch his own chest? Jer?
That
I didn't hear your response. Sorry.
Yeah, so both. He would gesture towards. He'd peck his heart, and with his wing point, and then he'd peck your heart, and then with his wing point. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, probably make your animal handling check again.
Yeah. Same thing, 15. Okie dokes.
Giddy up. Alright, so Eloise is now the one with the message. What's she gonna do?
Guys, I think we have to go back. I think we have to go up towards its heart.
I know you're whispering, but could you a little bit louder?
Okay. This is said in whisper. Guys, I think we have to head back. I think they're going to the heart. But if that's the case, do we want to end up sandwiched between two groups?
Oh, not at all. No, we need to take this one out before he gets any further.
Who is he? Who is that group? Veil seems a little concerned.
Well, he's a high-ranking drow from what I can tell. Veil seemed to almost recognize him, so I'm not sure if he wants us to kill him or not. It seems like he doesn't want us to kill him, though.
Apple, Alnad, Blood, your votes?
Yeah, let's go to the heart. Let's see what all of us is about.
We went both ways we could have before coming down into here. Wouldn't we have gotten to the heart at some point?
We must have missed something.
It must have been higher up. Like, before the lungs. Although, I'm pretty sure that the heart isn't really connected to the mouth because, you're not... food doesn't pass through the heart, so...
Been in massive areas already.
Seems like they've found a way to dig to the heart.
Backtrack,
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know where we're going.
But do we want to end up sandwiched between whatever group is in the heart and this group?
We don't even know what part of the beast we're in right now.
We're in its guts.
Well, we need to vote. Are we going to the heart and letting them sandwich us, or we want to take them out now, or is there an option 3?
I mean, that's a...
Alnad's gonna speak up.
I mean, we could try to hide in the appendix.
Alnad says, if we haven't seen any passages along this trail this entire time, if this group is heading the way we came, our only logical assumption could be that they're heading in a path that we haven't seen yet. At least if we backtrack, keep ahead of these, we can make sure and see where they're going. If it leads all the way back to the stomach, perhaps we can hide in the stomach, see where they go from there.
Yeah, that is if Veil hasn't told us that we're, ahead of them. I guess, keep heading back if that's... I don't want to make the plan here. I'm not sure what to do.
Well, if everyone's saying let's head back, let's head back.
I suppose the only thing to question is whether or not you trust your drow companion.
At this point, I'm not so sure.
I don't trust the one that he's talking to. I know he's no good.
Let's see how this plays out.
Oh, I wish I had fucking learned Undercommon.
Is that what they're talking?
It's not Drow, but it's their language.
A trade language I learned a long time ago for other purposes, but it's come in handy.
I guess, did anybody else see when Blood had confronted Veil before?
I don't think so.
No, you did it in private because
Yeah.
you're stealthy, man.
Yeah.
Well, no, he was. We were all there. I guess you guys might have been in the next chamber. I don't
Yeah,
know.
everyone was out. You've never like directly as a group
No,
done
it was
anything.
an invisible cat whispering to Veil
No,
when
he
he was
was-
off to the side by himself.
He was
Yeah, pretty much.
standing right. He's not. No.
Yeah. Yeah,
Inside
that's
the
how it
cage.
works, dude.
I'm sure
The-
we were standing next. I mean, he's right fucking there, right? It's not just that; it's just Vale talking to himself, and he's got an extra voice in his head.
Yeah, basically, like, Mike, that's how most people's perspective are when you're a Gloomstalker Ranger who's literally invisible to everybody who deals with dark vision. Your
Well, I'm
entire
pretty sure you're
group,
talking Elvish.
yeah,
Well,
your entire
oh,
group,
shit.
and you were
Yeah,
talking Elvish. Yes,
I'm
that's
guessing only Al, and maybe I think only Aldaz probably. Maybe
Uh-huh.
he doesn't even speak it.
yeah. He
I would
speaks
assume
it,
he
but that's
has
it.
to, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you all keep shit close to your chest and never talk about anything, and this is what happens.
Just bottle it up,
Like-
dude.
He's like,
Yeah.
And this is why Eloise doesn't do that. Her shit's out
Yeah.
just for everyone to see.
he's
All
saying
right,
he goes,
so new plan on the table. We wait for Veil to get back, and we have a feeling circle.
hey, we could stop moving
I'll
back,
make a
but
talking stick.
before we fought them, before we fought the two Drydas and those Quagoth, I went to him, and I was trying to figure out want to know what his plan was, because it seemed like he walked us into that last.
I assume you're saying this as you're sneaking.
Yeah,
Yes.
as he's walking, he goes. It seemed like he just walked us into that encounter, and I don't really remember seeing him do much. Now, yeah, there was all that pools of darkness and shit in the way, but I mean, there wasn't the normal, Veil kind of craziness with his spells, I mean, he didn't seem like he was lying at the point, but I can't imagine what his plan is.
No, the one thing he seemed to literally care about was that Lolth character, and he didn't seem
That's-
to like it when I said I was a messenger. I don't know why. Pulled it off dynamically, I might add.
She's a goddess for the Drow. I don't know too much about it, but I know that. So I mean, that's his god.
Well, she's clearly got some pull on his directive.
Well, I'm just worried now that he sees other Drow. I mean, I would like to think he wouldn't sell us out.
The whole concept of gods is weird.
Yeah, well, they can't be. They all are.
And if you want to know more about that, come see Secrets of Smaller Gods over on the Transverse starting on March the 11th when I'm going to be playing in a campaign that's going to explore literally that. Thank you for the segue, Eloise.
He's like, we could start moving back, but I can't imagine what we're gonna get out of all this. I mean, we have a long trek ahead of us.
If I know one thing about Veil is that he's always playing a longer game than anyone else around him.
Well, I mean, this is what.
So I've always assumed he's going to betray us, but he seems to be giving us a chance to not die here. So
Well,
my
this-
vote is we follow his lead.
Let's take the chance he's giving us.
It seems like a situation he really needed to say at least something. Because he's leaving a lot of unknowns. I mean, I was gonna shoot his little special new friend.
Right, well, he's made a special friend right now, and we can't discuss it with him at the moment.
Well, I'm gonna end up killing his special friend.
And if we need to, Veil too. Sure, whatever.
I
But
didn't-
for
I
right
wasn't-
now, we have a plan.
To be fair, we also
not
haven't
going
really
there.
asked Vale
I
much.
did. I asked him flat out what his plan was, and he said to find out what they're hunting for. Now, that could be exactly what we're doing right now. That could be what he's trying to figure out. Maybe that's the heart. Maybe that's where they're looking.
What if there's a dream root in this thing?
Well, I
I
suppose
mean,
it's
what would be the
possible.
odds
Wasn't
of that? That'd be weird.
Didn't the legend say this thing? What was this? The thing we all saw in our vision?
It
Uh-huh.
was around the same time, I believe.
Maybe it does have one in here. Maybe that's what's causing all the creatures to be extra funky in here.
I guess that would explain a few things.
That certainly would be worth sending an army after. So we're in the middle of
We got
an
another
army.
problem, yeah, because we've been running at this for quite a long time now. Sooner or later, we're gonna start getting extra tired.
Well, you can lose our bet if you want to take another nap.
It's not about losing the bet now, it's about losing our lives.
Well, you'd lose your life at one point or another anyway.
Yeah, but I kind of have a little bit more life I want to live.
I think I want to learn Gnomish.
I think it's pronounced.
Eloise just says it at random.
I was talking about wanting to do something afterwards.
You gotta pronounce the G in Gnomish.
You do?
I think so, yeah.
Oh.
You see Alnad just shaking his head.
I don't think that's true, Miss Eloise. Don't believe him. You can learn Gnomish as soon as we get out of here. You can start training.
Okay.
But like I said, I mean, I think we need to take this group as soon as we find a point to do it, whether he agrees with us or not.
So you just want to back up to an ideal mark and attack and see what Veil does in the moment?
Maybe we can hide in the appendix. Does this
We
thing
can't.
have an appendix?
We cannot risk getting to the heart with this group still living.
No, but
We're already outnumbered.
well, I guess Veil can't get any more information if that's what he's doing.
I mean, we've got a long walk, so maybe he can.
Unless we're attacking.
Oh,
If we're setting up an ambush right now, I thought, do we have a vote from you, Apollyon? You haven't been very vocal.
but be very quietly vocal.
Yeah, Apollyon's down to go back to the heart. He wants to see what they're after.
Because it's, what, a 4-hour trek to the stomach?
No, not a 4-hour.
Oh, I thought you said we were in here for, like, long-ass fucking
No,
time.
yeah, you were here for a long time. It was a little over 2 hours. I think it was like 2.5 hours.
And we saw no, like, sides in the walls, anything that looked like...
Yeah,
it might be-
no passages or anything like that, no.
Well, then, we'll stop moving back. I mean... I don't know if I really want to leave them out of my sight. But I suppose let's get going. Blood will definitely trail the group.
Alright, supposing that he, on the off chance he doesn't know that we're in front of him, best to not make him sure we are.
Well, hell, at this point, he's not going to know because he's going to be out of... I guess unless Jareth goes back to him, he'd be in there. There's a range. I don't remember what it is. But I think we'd probably exceed it at some point if the bird stays with us.
Yeah, the bird has been like just kind of circling around near Veil at this time, and Veil sitting with his zombies. I don't know. You're talking Drow culture or fucking I don't know, whatever.
Spitting on the uglies and unmentionables, yeah, being a high drow stuff.
The range is 100 feet. So once Jareth relayed that message, he came back to Veil, and that's it.
Did you hear about that Drider match back in... That was great, wasn't it?
But I think that's a great place to end things for this evening. So, Liam, Apollyon, Eloise, Alnad, and Blood are trying to stealth their way back through the intestine, either to find a good choke point or find something to do. They haven't quite decided what they want to do yet.
So
But,
if we entered through the mouth, then he entered through the butt, right?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to... You can always keep going and find out. You can entirely find out if you want to keep going down the intestines. You'll make it eventually.
I feel like Eloise's plan would have been like put on a Hawaiian shirt and take out a camera and just start taking pictures as we walk along.
Right. Anesthetics in chat, like, is Veil a bad guy? Who
We
knows?
have officially split the party, y'all.
Who knows? We'll find out. We will find out next Monday, probably. You never know. When we come back to the Fab Five making their way out of the intestine back towards the stomach? I guess. We'll find out. So, thank you to everyone who watched. We very much appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us. And come back next Monday as we find out what the Fab Five get into or onto or whatever as they make their way back through the intestine and out of the stomach. So, once again, thank you to everyone who watched. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next Monday. Good night.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.